Since a whole food plant-based diet prevents and reverses diabetes, endometriosis, other chronic diseases, is it too controversial to say that eating anything other than whole food plant-based is the cause of these and other chronic diseases? And also,
Oh,
recommendation on percentage of raw food.
what a terrific question. Okay. You know, some doctors, I'm sorry to say, have treated a high cholesterol level as if it's a Lipitor deficiency. Well, it isn't. The high cholesterol level for 9 out of 10 people is really driven by the animal products and sometimes tropical oils like coconut oil and things that are driving cholesterol up. And some doctors treat diabetes like it's a metformin deficiency. Well, it really isn't. They've got insulin resistance if they have type 2 diabetes. And that's driven by food choices as well for most cases. So yes, the diet that a lot of us, including me, grew up with is a driver for much of this. So you asked a cool question about raw. Raw foods are great. It does raise a question as to which ones. Raw broccoli, raw cauliflower, not really so digestible. Raw tomatoes, raw fruits, raw vegetables. Well, certainly the fruits and lettuce and that, you know, you've been eating those raw all your life, work perfectly well. I have to say, I think the more of these healthy raw foods we build in, the better off we're going to be. So Benny, thank you for your question.
Thanks, Benny, for that. Next, we have Jackie. Jackie, what was your question?
Yes. Hi, Dr. Barnard. So my question is, I've been whole food plant-based since 2011. I went to the McDougall 10-day in March of 2012. And so I've continued on. My blood work is great. But recently my hair started falling out. And my gynecologist was really concerned that my ferritin level was too low. So she wanted me to get my ferritin level up. And I started doing something which was, kind of unusual for me. But when you're a woman and your hair starts falling out, you start freaking out. And I started taking collagen peptides. Now, it hasn't bothered my cholesterol. I don't know whether or not it would. It was 147. My C-reactive protein was 0.4. And my hemoglobin A1C was 4.9. But I just don't know if collagen peptides is a good answer for my hair. I don't know why my hair is coming out. And it started before I had COVID. So I don't think it's related to the COVID.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Jackie. Do you mind by asking how old you are?
I'm 58.
Okay, you're 58. All right.
Yeah.
And you never had polycystic ovary disease, I'm going to assume?
Never had polycystic ovary disease. Okay. I'm 135 and 5'7".
Okay, great. And is the hair loss, is it diffuse? Is it all over the scalp, or is it just in a certain part, like, for example, on top and not on the side?
It's all over. So my stylist just says that when she washes my hair, it just whoosh, boosh coming out.
Okay. And your period stopped a number of years ago, is that right?
Yes. I do take bioidentical hormones. Now, the challenge with me is that even though I know I've been plant-based now for, I don't know for however long, but when I tried to go off the hormones, it was a miserable experience. So I think that one of the things I may do is try to eat more soy, some more organic soy products. I think that might be helpful.
What you might want to try to do is what I described in my lecture. No animal products, keep oils low. You're already doing that, I presume.
Yeah.
And do the oil thing. So keep them really, really low. We don't exactly know why the oils play a role, but they do. So keep them low. And add the add a half cup of cooked soybeans per day. It's between you and your doctor, but if it were me, I would give myself a vacation from those hormones for a while and see how you do. Here's why I'm saying all this stuff. We very rarely see hair loss in people following healthy diets, but there have been a few cases where we've seen it. And the two kind of situations, once in a blue moon, I see a person, I think maybe I've seen 3 of these in my whole life, cases where they deliberately upped their protein and that seemed to help. So you can always try that. You add a little extra protein. I don't mean animal protein, but I mean tofu, tempeh, protein shakes or whatever. And for some, that's been the issue. But the other thing, you know how after, say, after childbirth, sometimes women will have hair loss, and you'll see hormonal shifts. Some hormonal change causes a change in the follicle. So I was asking about hormones because I was thinking there's something shifting your hormonal levels in some kind of untoward way. And I don't know where you are with your bioidentical hormones, but I'm thinking if something about a hormonal shift is distorting the milieu of the hair follicles, that could be an issue too. So you might try pumping up your protein and I don't mean like, I mean, you'll see within a couple of weeks if it makes a difference, and it can be healthy proteins, but give it a good shot and see what happens.
Do you mean beans, or do you mean the vegan products in the store? I mean, you know what I mean by that? By that I mean, I don't know. They have some vegan protein things that I've never really taken. Do you mean that, or what do you mean?
Yes, beans, but as an experiment, you could go even higher. For example, like let's say you went and had something like veggie bacon, like smart bacon or that kind of stuff. That may not be your thing because it's very processed because it's designed to taste like bacon. But there's no fat in it. It's just a lot of protein. So by upping those high protein foods, or tempeh, which is just fermented soy, you can push your protein pretty high, pretty fast. And then just see if that makes a difference for you. People on a vegan diet get plenty of protein for day-to-day use, but I have seen a few cases where just bumping up the protein seemed to make a difference. For some, their hair just goes back to normal anyway. But then have a look at that bioidentical hormones and see if that's an issue. Keep in mind that the longer a woman is on those things, the higher her breast cancer risk is going to be over time, and that's true even if they are called bioidentical. So that's something to talk with your provider about and see how you go. Anyway, thank you for that great question and good luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Jackie.
Bye.